Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you some tips and some book recommendations to buy during the Amazon Prime Day book sale that's happening on the 23rd and 24th of July this year. I did the same kind of video last year also talking about 10 different tips that you have to follow in order to purchase books at a lower price from the Prime Day sale last year. I've linked that video down in the description. Please do go and check that out. I'm sure that it will be very useful for you if you're looking out for some tips to buy during the Prime Day sale. I'm saying this in specific because last year many people watched that video and I should say that most of them benefited from the tips that I shared there. So in this video I'm just going to talk to you guys about some things which you need to know before purchasing books from the sale. At the same time I'm going to give a list of books that you should consider from buying in the sale, because I've seen the prices of these books dropping massively during the Prime Day sale in specific over the past 2 to 3 years. I've categorized the books that I'm suggesting into 3 different types. The first one are box sets, next we have book bundles, and at last we have some separate non-fiction books. So without any further ado, let's get into the video right away. First of all, I'd like to give you the answer for one question which was repeatedly asked to me in my previous year's video, and it is whether you should have a Prime account in order to get all the deals from the Prime Day sale. And the answer for that one is that you should have a Prime account. Even if you don't have a Prime account, try to use someone else's Prime account like a friend or a relative. And even if you don't know anyone that has a Prime account, I'd suggest you to get Amazon Prime for just 1 month, even by sharing it with other people, and just use the services for the 30 days that is available. You might think that it might be wasteful to just buy Prime for an entire month for the 2-day sale, but trust me, it's not just about the sale. You can use it for other services that are provided in Amazon Prime for the rest of the month also. So the first thing which I want to tell you guys is that you need to have a Prime account in order to make the most out of the sale. So either try to get a Prime account or try to find someone whom you know who is already using the service. The next thing which I want to tell you guys is that you should try to buy the Kindle Unlimited subscription that is available for just 99 rupees, and you can use the same subscription for a length of 3 months. Usually it costs over 500 rupees in order to get a 3-month subscription, but for the Prime Day sale alone they give this offer of being able to get the subscription for 99 rupees for 3 months totally. I'm going to get that deal this year, and trust me, it's one of the most beneficial deals if you're interested in reading ebook, especially if you have a Kindle. Trust me, that deal is totally non-negotiable. You should just go forward and grab it. I availed the same deal last year and used Kindle Unlimited for 3 months, and I should say that I read a lot of books, over 30 to 40 books using Kindle Unlimited itself, so that is a great deal. You need not even own a Kindle in order to avail Kindle Unlimited and just use it. You can just read the ebooks on your phone in the Kindle app itself. So grab hold of the offer and just buy the 3-month subscription for 99 rupees. The next thing which I want you guys to do is to follow this Instagram account called BROKE.BIBLIOPHILE. I'm not affiliated with them in any way at all. I've just been benefited from the deals that they've shared over the past 2 years, and that's the only reason I'm suggesting you guys to follow them, because they share a lot of deals not just on the Prime Day sale but throughout the year, and I've benefited a lot from following that page and availing some books at really cheap prices. I suggested the same last year also, and trust me, many people benefited from just following that page and getting to know about the deals. You need not go and search for everything that is going on Amazon. They just filter some stuff and put out the best deals in their page. So just go forward and follow them. I'll also try to link them down in the description so that it is easier for you to go and find them. The next thing that you should look out for are the Kindle device deals. Okay, if you are a person who's interested in buying a Kindle, I should say that the Prime Day sale is the best time to buy such devices, because the prices for those devices do not go down for the rest of the year at all. You can get various offers throughout the years, but this is the best time to buy the devices because they don't provide as much deals as they do in the Prime Day sale during any other time. So if you're looking out to invest on a Kindle, please do look out for that sale, because you cannot get it for a cheaper price for the rest of the year. The last tip which I want to give you guys before getting into the list of books is to go forward and watch my previous year's video. Okay, I'm not just saying this because I want more views for that video. Even last year not many people watched it, but of the few people who watched it, many people benefited from my tips so much. Some people even sent me photos of the books that they bought on the Prime Day sale on Instagram. I don't want to be repetitive in the channel. That's the only reason I'm not going to repeat all the tips from that video in this one also. I'll link that video up in the iCard and down in the description also. Please just trust me and go forward and watch that video. I'm sure that you'll not regret it, and I'm sure that you'll also be able to save a lot of money on the books in the sale. Okay guys, before getting into the list, I want to tell you guys one thing alone. Okay, if any of the books that I'm going to talk about in this video interest you, just go forward, search it on Amazon and just add it to your cart and save it for later. I'm telling you to do this now itself because during the Prime Day sale you'll not be able to see the change in prices from the normal day prices in which they are available. But if you go forward and save it for later, you can just go for the cart tab and see the change in prices on the daily basis. Then you'll be able to identify whether the prices have gone down or up during the Prime Day sale. I'll drop the images of all the books that I'm going to talk about either here or here, and I'll give the name of the box set or the book as a whole here, so that you can go forward and find the books easily on Amazon, and even provide the names of all the box sets and books as well as the authors in the description along with the links from which you can purchase them. I'm not telling you to go forward and purchase through those links alone. I'm telling this in specific because you can just go for the description, take a screenshot of it and use it to go and find the books continuously. You need not come back and watch the video each and every time. I'm going to talk about a total of 12 box sets, 7 book bundles and 5 separate books, which is a lot lot of books to talk about, and I own almost 80 to 90% of the books that I'm going to recommend here in this video. I'm not going to show you the books because it will be a lot of work for me to get them out of the shelf and rearrange them afterwards. So without any further ado, let's get into the list right away. Starting with the box sets, the first one is the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson, which is a young adult mystery series. It has 3 books which are Truly Devious, The Vanishing Stare and The Hand on the Wall. It is one of my favorite series from last year. Next we have the Lord of the Rings trilogy with The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, which also I purchased last year during the Prime Day sale, and now it has become one of my all-time favorite series. The 4 books inside this box set are The Hobbit, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers and The Return of the King. Next we have the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, of which I purchased the first book alone separately, but now the box set is far less expensive than the individual books. I've read the first book alone, and the 3 books inside this box set are The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension and The Hero of Ages. Next we have a box set of 4 classic non-fiction books, which are The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, How to Influence and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich and The Richest Man in Babylon. I purchased this in 2020 and I've read all the 4 books. Trust me, if you buy and read all these 4 books, they'll be of great benefit for you, and they are classics for a reason. Then we have 2 of my most favorite series, of which the first one is the Mortal Instruments box set by Cassandra Clare. It is a collection of 6 books, and they are City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls and City of Heavenly Fire. The next one is another series by the same author, which is the Infernal Devices, that is a trilogy, and the 3 books inside the box set are Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess. Both of these are young adult urban fantasy series with a really good romance going on in them. The character work in both these series are great, and I have a playlist of videos dedicated for this series alone. Next we have 3 very well-known famous fantasy series, of which the first one is obviously the Harry Potter box set by J.K. Rowling. The 7 Harry Potter books inside the box set are The Philosopher's Stone, The Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban, The Goblet of Fire, The Order of the Phoenix, The Half-Blood Prince and The Deathly Hallows. I'm sure everyone knows about Harry Potter, and I think everyone has to read it because there is something for everyone to get out of it, even though the author is not good right now. Then we have the A Song of Ice and Fire box set, based on which the Game of Thrones show was adapted. The 7 books inside the box set are A Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords Part 1 and Part 2, A Feast for Crows, and A Dance with Dragons Part 1 and Part 2. The other famous fantasy series as a box set is the Nevernight trilogy by J. Kristoff. It is an adult grimdark fantasy series which is very violent and super action-packed with really morally grey characters. It is again one of my most favorite series from last year. The 3 books inside the box set are Nevernight, God's Grave and Dark Dawn. And finally I have 3 more box sets. I'm going to talk about these at last because I've not read all the books inside this box sets. Of these, the first one is the Cruel Prince box set, or the Folk of the Air trilogy by Holly Black. I've read the first book in the series alone, and I'm not that much interested in continuing on with the series, but it is very famous everywhere, so I just thought of including it inside the video so that if you are interested in reading it, you can go forward and buy the box set. The 3 books inside the box set are The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing. Then we have the Alice Oseman box set, which is a collection of 4 books by the author. I've read only one of these 4 books, and I'm definitely going to read the rest 3 by the end of this year. The one book which I read by the author, Radio Silence, which is definitely my most favorite book by far this year. Apart from it, the other 3 books are Solitaire, I Was Born for This and Loveless. And finally, I want to include the Witcher box set inside this recommendation because I've seen the price of the box set going down in the past 2 years sales. I've not bought it then, and I'm not sure about all the books inside the box set also. It is a collection of 8 books, and I'm sure that if it drops down in price, it'll be a great deal to go and grab. So that's it for all the box sets. Now let's move on to the book bundles. In the book bundles, I want to recommend 3 Indian series first, and of these the first one is the most well-known Shiva trilogy by Amish Tripathi, which is a collection of 3 books. The first one is The Immortals of Meluha, the second one is The Secret of the Nagas, and the last and final one is The Oath of the Vayuputras. I read all these 3 books for free on Kindle Unlimited last year, and I should say that I loved them completely. If you're looking forward to read the series, please do go forward and check if it is available during the Prime Day sale. It is the only time during which it goes down in price and is also available as a bundle. The next one is the Ramchandra series, of which 3 books are released until now, and they are Ram, Son of Ikshvaku, Sita, Warrior of Mithila, and Ravan, Enemy of Aryavarta by Amish Tripathi again. It is again one of the most well-known series in India, and if you're looking forward to buy it, just go forward and buy them because they'll be available for like 120-150 rupees per book usually during this sale. The last Indian series which I want to recommend is the Kalki trilogy by Kevin Missal, which is a collection of 3 books again. It is a series that is perfect for beginners because it feels like the author has written the series especially for beginners alone because it flows really well, it is fast-paced, it is action-packed. At the same time, it is very entertaining. The 3 books inside the series are Dharmayodha Kalki, Avatar of Vishnu, Satyayodha Kalki, Eye of Brahma, and Mahavayodha Kalki, Sword of Shiva. Shiva, all 3 by Kevin Missal. The author has written many other books also, but none of his other series are complete. Since this one is complete, it is usually available as a bundle again. Next, I want to recommend another book bundle, which is like a collection of 2 or 3 Harry Potter books put together. If you cannot buy the entire box set itself because it's not in your budget range, you can go forward and buy the book bundles again because they are cheaper compared to the individual books being bought separately. The next book bundle is actually the collection of books from the Sherlock Holmes series. There are totally 5 books available as collections, and all these 5 books are published by Fingerprint. The books are the complete novels of Sherlock Holmes, the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, the memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, the case book of Sherlock Holmes, and the return of Sherlock Holmes. All these cost around 100 to 120 rupees each, so you can just get an entire series for about 500 to 600 rupees easily. The next book bundle is actually a young adult fantasy series, and this is the Ember Quartet by Sabah Tahir, which is a collection of 4 books. They are An Ember in the Ashes, A Torch Against the Night, A Reaper at the Gates, and A Sky Beyond the Storm, all 4 by Sabah Tahir. It is quite dark in its tone, and the character work of all the 3 main characters in this series are just awesome. Again, it is one of my favorite series from last year, and that's the reason I'm recommending it here. And at last, the final book bundle which I suggest you guys to buy is the Sapiens book bundle by Yuval Noah Harari. I've read only one book by the author in this bundle, but I've heard that all 3 of them are great in each and every way possible. And now finally, I want to recommend you guys 5 different non-fiction books as separate books. I'm telling these in specific because all these 5 books have helped me immensely in the past 2 to 3 years. So if you get a deal on any of these books, just go forward and buy them. I'm sure that they will help to make your life better in multiple ways. The first one is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, which is one of the best personal finance books to be published in the past 2 to 3 years. I read it last year and it just was eye-opening in many ways. The next one is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki, which is one of the most important self-help as well as personal finance books that everyone needs to read. The next one is one of my all-time favorites. It is The 5 AM Club by Robin Sharma, in which the author talks about the habit of waking up at 5 AM each and every day and all the benefits that you can reap out of it. Then we have You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay, which I just read in February. It is a book about how you can love yourself properly with all the flaws and drawbacks that you might have as a person. I think everyone needs to read this book because we are in a state where we constantly see the bad things in ourselves and just neglect to see all the good things. And finally, again, one of my all-time favorite books, which is Ikigai by Francis Morales and Hector Garcia. So if you get a deal on any of these 5 books, just go forward and grab them. I'm sure that they will change your life in some way or the other. So yes guys, those are all my tips as well as the list of some books which I suggest you guys to buy from the Prime Day sale this year. If you're new here and if you did find this video useful in some way or the other, please do check out my channel because I have over 400 videos on books and just books alone. I'm sure that they will help you in some way or the other. And if you did enjoy watching today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.